Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, I'm going to talk about Sacramento rapper Uzzy Marcus. Uzzy Marcus grew up fast and had early connections to 36th Street, which is a North Bay hood known as Frank Long. He also had early connections to the Old Park Bloods. Having several family members claiming 36th Street, and that being the street he was around a lot, he repped 36th Street hard from the start. But that street is mainly claimed by Hispanics, but they have a good relationship with the Old Park Bloods, who basically is in the same area. With him claiming 36th Street, that always made many people believe that he was a Norte. But he always denied being a Norte, saying he was just an Old Park Blood from 36th Street. I mean, I can see why they said it. Don't he look like Pee Wee Herman and some chanclas? Uzzy Marcus grew up with family members like Little Dallas and Shady P. All of them would be in the streets heavy early, and all would be in and out of jail most of their lives. Little Dallas is a little bit older than Uzzy Marcus and Shady P, so he was with Mozzy early on in his career, rapping and trying to build up a buzz and rap. You often see them do songs from over a decade ago. Missed a bit in his career, Little Dallas ended up catching the case, costing him 11 years. While he was in jail, there's a video out there of him getting choked out by one of his enemies. He was in a cell with some of his ops being cool, rapping and being cordial. Dallas was in the cell looking like Craig from Friday getting choked out by Debo. The only thing that was missing in the cell was his mom yelling out, "Get up, Dallas!" So Dallas just got out of jail a few months back and jumped right back into music. Hopefully he learned how to get out of chokehold. In 2012, when Uzzy Marcus was around 17 years old, he got arrested on a shooting, which took the life of a 3-year-old boy. Uzzy Marcus denied anything to do with the shooting. He got on the stand and was crying. Uzzy Marcus and his co-defendants Eric and Gabriel were accused of borrowing a car and drove to South Sac where they shot up a car aiming for a man, but they shot his son instead. The person car Uzzy Marcus and his co-defendants borrowed testified and said Uzzy Marcus had a strap and said Uzzy and his co-defendants bragged about the shooting. There's been a lot of statements and speculation of people saying Uzzy Marcus is a snitch, but this is what Uzzy Marcus said word for word, so you decide. But all three end up being the case after jurors couldn't reach a verdict. After getting out, Uzzy started to get into the music, doing music with several other rappers from his area like June, Mozzy, and imma. But he couldn't stay out of jail. While rappers from his region started to blow up, he would be in and out of jail for several different charges. But whenever he was out, he would be dropping several different songs. But so was rappers from the other side, like Briss. Briss was a rapper from Fruit Ridge, an area Uzzy Marcus hood didn't get along with. I gave a little breakdown of their beef in a previous episode. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Briss was making a ton of music, throwing Pinkies Down, which is a diss to Uzzy Marcus's hood. He also was dissing his homies and his dead homies. Not to mention Briss had an Uzzy Marcus baby mama before he did, so Uzzy Marcus was getting sloppy seconds. In 2019, a lot of their beef was spilling to Instagram and also in their music. Uzzy wasn't feeling the subs and the disses to his hood, so he went straight at Briss and Fruit Ridge on a song called 42K. He dropped that song on August 25th, 2019. He dissed Briss' dead homies, took several shots at other hoods like Metaview, and also directly went at Briss. Briss didn't do a direct diss back, but he continued to diss and do his subs in the way he did. But he would get caught up and go to jail as well. Fast forward to June of 2020. Briss was only out a few months, but he would end up getting shot and killed. Uzzy Marcus went straight to Instagram and was celebrating after his death. After this, Uzzy started to focus on music even more, dropping several singles and even dropping an EP with Sally Rue. For the next few months, Uzzy Marcus and his baby mama had their own pair of disses to Briss. His diss was called The Last to Diss Me in a Box. He went straight at Briss, even CML. When Uzzy Marcus' career was reaching its biggest point, he started to go in and out of jail for several charges. Some include spousal abuse on his baby mama. He must thought he was Chris Brown or something. Look at him. Don't they look like they in love right here? It probably broke his heart to know that she's a little thotty, so he had to put hands on her. All this was going on and Uzzy Marcus was in jail. His big brother named Zeno did something out of pocket. Like, look at this clip. Really look at this clip. This doofus went on IG Live and was showing that he took the life of 2 women. He was even talking about how his own brother could have set him up. If you seen the live, you seen how graphic it was and see how tweaked out he was. He currently is in jail fighting the case. Uzzy Marcus first got out, he dropped a song called First Day Out. He would drop a list of other songs, but he still would be in and out of jail. He would get out and be on several bails, fighting multiple cases during this time. The most recent songs I've seen him drop was Drill Music and Change Up, but you know how his life go. He went back to jail some months back on a strap charge. With Uzzy Marcus' career and whatever highs he had, he suffered more setbacks and lows. With all the time that he's facing and all the charges that he got, will that ruin his career? Only time will tell. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my previous videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.